I wanted to talk about the fact that I really enjoy being a corporate undercover hippie. Most people don't even know what kind of job I have, but I am a self-employed technical business consultant, and I advise big multinationals in Europe or worldwide in their online payment infrastructure and their software architecture, and I just don't want to go into too much detail because it will be super boring to talk about exactly what I do, but I wanted to talk why I love it so much. And it's funny because especially since I've been on this spiritual journey, I really questioned myself 100 times. Is this really the work I want to do? Is this really where I put my precious energy to? And the funny thing is, I work with big companies, banks, financial institutions, and I really doubted about this. I really doubted, like, is this what I want to do? Is this where my help is necessary or where I want to be? But strange enough, every time when I consider this, I get a smile on my face when I think of my work. And we're back. My goodness, I'm for the first time in an office in Thailand. I have a paid space and the internet is supposed to be amazing, but somehow the internet is dropping out for the first time. But I'll continue. I was saying about the fact that I questioned myself if I really like my job. And it's a few years ago that I considered like the corporate world, the spiritual world, like, okay, what is it that I need to do? And there was a moment that I had a new project. It was in Romania, and I was wondering, okay, I want to do it differently. The thing that I want to do differently is that I want to share more of my love and compassion in this world. But also I didn't want to play games anymore. I wanted to be me. So what I decided to do is I decided to take off my spiritual mask. And by doing so, I really started to see that when I started to become truly and deeply myself, that other people were invited to do the same. So somehow the two worlds united. When I became truly myself and shared my spirituality and shared my love for being with people, ceremonies, and you name it, the people I talked to, executives of banks, executives of big companies, started to share their stories as well. And they started to share that it's really, everyone did their part of making a better world. And I was surprised. I thought like, oh wow, in this world I had so much judgment about the people and they were unaware, or they're like, especially in the financial industry, I had really doubts about the industry itself. However, the people, when I started talking to them on a more personal level, I started to understand that everyone is doing search for themselves and everyone is trying to find a better way for the world. But we all do it in a different way. And so when I was here on this island and I had, just like everyone else in the world, all the time of the world to consider if this is what it is that I want to do, I started to really think, okay, what else is it that I want to do? And I shared this in one of my first vlogs about my deepest longings, what I want to do, my essence of life, or my purpose in life. And it was based on someone who said to me, what if you only had 5 years to live? Or what if you only had 3 or 1 year to live? What would be most important to you? And he said, take 1 minute for each assignment and see what comes out. So I took 1 minute, and what came out was surprisingly not traveling, but was to make people have the understanding that they can make a difference, help people to love each other and themselves, and help them to become truly happy by themselves. So those were the most important things. And every time I wonder, when I'm thinking about the work that I do, is this really the place that I share this deepest essence and purpose of my life? And somehow I believe that everyone can do it in different ways, but I am sharing my deepest purpose in this work, especially since I took off that mask. Especially then I started to see, okay, when I share the love and compassion and light in the workspace by just being myself with all the teachings I received from numerous ways, I started to see like, oh, by being myself, I already do what I wish to do and what my purpose in life is. And even here on this island, I was considering, okay, if I want to make this world a better place, should I do more of what I'm doing now with sharing video? Should I do more this and this? And I should like post more, write more. And then I was thinking like, if I would do this, it would go against my feelings. It would go against my own flow. It would go against, well, like if I wanted to do it, I would have done it already. And what I really see and believe that we always think, or I always think that I should do more, I should do better, like I should, if I want to make the world a better place, I should take another step here and another step there because I see people around me doing that. However, when I feel inside of me, then it feels like I'm already doing that. And if I would do more, then I would go against my own flow. And by doing so, I was also considering, okay, that consultancy job. I'm actually applying for a new job right now. And the job is to help multinationals change their business models towards a more sustainable model, where they become, instead of product-centric, they will become customer-centric. And if you want, I will do a video about the work, what I'm applying for and what I want to do and create in life. However, it's really to make companies more aware and help them strategically to change their business models. And I was in doubt, I was like, what I like the most about my current job is the fact that I have so much freedom. I really enjoy the fact that I can travel as much as I do. I have the financial freedom, but I also have the freedom within my job. What I like is that I use my brain excessively. Like, my brain is like a clock. If I have some technical issue, it feels like a puzzle that I need to solve. As if I'm like, tick, 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 tick. And if it doesn't fit, I'm like, tick, tick, oh, it doesn't work. And then I start to think and I love that. I really, really love that. I really love to solve puzzles. And I don't know about you, but I had that at mathematics at school, that every time I solved the formula, it was like, oh my God, yes. It was like dopamine shot to the brain to really see, oh, yeah, I made it. It's like a success in the moment. So I have this as well in my work. And as you can see, I become enthusiastic about it. And this is something I shouldn't deny towards myself, even though like we have an idea maybe, or I have an idea about the corporate world. But I also understand this corporate world. I've been in this world for like 17, 18 years, and specifically in this field where I'm in right now for 15 years. That's why I have the expertise to help these companies. And I understand the people, I understand the language, and I actually sometimes really enjoy to wear like a business suit and high heels. Believe it or not, I do love it. I don't know, it's also part of me. As much as I love to wear my sarong and my beads and everything, it's something I really enjoy. And based on this, the fact that I have all the knowledge, I have so much joy in my work. I was like, okay, how can I add my biggest purpose in life within my job. Because I think if you would do the practice as I did, like take 1 minute for 5 years, 1 minute for 3 years, and 1 minute for 1 year, if you only had those years to live, what would it be that you would do? And it doesn't necessarily, for me at least, mean that you need to do work exactly with what you wrote down. What I wrote down was like, I wanted to help people, but I can also do that within my corporate job. I can also help and get more awareness. I can plant seeds wherever I go. I can share my vulnerability. I've seen that in the past when I did a project in Romania. And believe me, the people are not familiar yet with, well, sharing a hug even at the workspace, or like sharing from the heart. And I had a moment that I had all the executives and higher management together, and I shared that I was sad. And everyone's like, you're not gonna cry, right? But they saw, like, with the strength of sharing that and owning the sadness without being like, I don't understand it anymore, or whatever, it gave so much power and strength to it. So I really saw like, oh, if I can bring this within the corporate world, I will do my share in a different way than I would do it in a different way than I would have ever expected. Yeah, so to wrap up, because apparently my internet connection isn't as good as I hoped for. For myself, what really helped me was like the understanding of what is my life purpose, what is most important for me to do, and also feel like, even though we judge ourselves, and I judge myself that I should do more to make the world a better place, that it's most important to do something you really love, and also to go with your flow. That's what I feel like. If I would do more than I'm already doing with this 1 week sharing and sharing my knowledge in different ways, then I would go against my own flow. And I could recommend, and I believe that a lot of people are struggling with this, that really accepting the fact that you do already enough is really helping to maybe even do more. But like, there is no more. You already do enough. If you try your best, then you do enough. That's what I believe in. So yeah, this is like a little share of what it is that I do and what helped me to really feel, even with this new job upcoming. And please, fingers crossed with me, the 13th of May I have my final interview. And the funny thing is, I will lose my freedom, because I won't be self-employed afterwards anymore. And this is also something I was like, oh, is this really something I want? Is this really? But somehow deep down I feel this is the purpose I have to go to, and who knows what follows. Maybe I love it, maybe I hate it. I have no idea. I'll share with you when the time is there. But yeah, thank you for watching again. Sorry for the drop. Oh, yes, sorry for the dropout. Thank you for watching again. I wish you a wonderful day. People at home from the Netherlands, I wish you a beautiful Kingsday or Woningsdag. And I would love to see you next week again. With love. Ciao.